You probably just received that notice from the county appraisal district saying your home value has gone up and therefore your property taxes too. In this video, I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about how to protest your property taxes here in the state of Texas. And whether you're a seasoned homeowner or a brand new homeowner, it can be important to understand the protest process because it could save you hundreds of dollars every year. Now, maybe you're watching this and you're wondering, is this video for me? Who should be thinking about protesting? One, if you're a real estate investor, I would consider protesting every year. The reason for that is simple. There's no cap on how much they can raise your property taxes as an investor, and this is going to eat away at your returns if you let them raise your taxes every year. And number two, if you're a homeowner, I would think about protesting your taxes from time to time. Maybe not every year, but certainly every now and then, I think there's a benefit to it. There are caps on how much they can raise the taxes on your homestead, but if you think about it, if your taxes go up or your value goes up every year, it's going to compound over time. So there's a benefit to kind of keeping it low, and the reality is there's no downside of protesting your taxes. So the process starts out when the county sends you your notice of appraised value. They're going to mail that to you. They're required by law to mail that. Now, if you do want to get ahead, you can go to the county assessor website and you can usually look it up. It may be online before it's sent in the mail. But the process kicks off when that's mailed to you. If you like the value, I would say the process stops here, do nothing. That hasn't happened a lot lately. Typically the values are rising, means property taxes are rising, and then you have a decision to make. Is it going to be worth it to protest my taxes? According to Dallas County, 50% of the property tax protests they receive are successful, and the average savings are $600 per year. So you've received the notice, you think you want to protest, now you have to decide, am I going to do it myself? Or do I want to appoint somebody else to do it? Across the DFW Metroplex and all of Texas really, there are tons of services that will protest your property taxes for you. But you can't just hire them and have them do it. You're actually going to have to appoint them to act on your behalf with the county. There's a form for that. It's Form 50162, Appointment of Agent for Property Tax Matters. You're going to have to fill that out and assign your agent to be able to represent you in your property tax protest. Option two is you're going to do it. And if you're going to do it, you also need to notify the county of your intention to protest. The form for that is 50-132, Notice of Protest, and you'll file that with your county's appraisal review board, part of the CAD. So there's important timelines here that you'll have to pay attention to. For most counties, they're going to set the deadline around May 15th. It may fluctuate depending on the year, holiday schedule, or you have 30 days from the date the notice was postmarked. Not when you received it, when it was postmarked, whichever is later. Though if I were you, if I knew I want to protest, I'd turn in that form right away. So here's an insider tip for you. Before you file your formal process, most counties allow you the opportunity to do an informal review. You can go in, you can meet with staff from the CAD office, and they can even adjust your assessed value for you. I'm sure there's some thresholds here, but if it's a reasonable protest, they can help you with it and fix it on the spot. That's a great way to save the hassle of going to the appraisal review board. And if you're in a big county like Collin County or Dallas County, you can probably even schedule a time online just to go in the office and review your protest with them. So if you're happy with the informal review, process stops here. It's effectively a settlement, the informal review. You guys agree on a adjusted value and you're done, you're good. Perhaps you'd like to protest it more formally. That's when you go to the appraisal review board. After you submitted your form, the county is going to send you by mail a notice of when your hearing is. They're required by law to send it at least 15 days in advance. And don't worry, you are allowed to postpone it one time with no notice. And I wouldn't be too afraid of the review board. It sounds very formal. The reality is these are citizens like you and me who are going to be there and evaluate your request. So now you have a date set. It's time to gather evidence and put together your case basically for your formal hearing. So when you think about evidence, the best place to start is to look at recent sales in your neighborhood. Now, Texas is a non-disclosure state, meaning the price you see online on a site like Redfin or Zillow is not the actual sold price, but the last list price. So you probably want to consult with a real estate agent who can provide you the actual sold data and contract terms to support your case. So that's a good place to start, is look at homes that sold nearby. You also want to think about your property condition, especially if there's deferred maintenance. Maybe you need a new roof you've been holding off, or foundation repairs, or maybe your house has just got a lot of wear and tear in it from kids or a dog. Take some photos of that, list that all out, because what you're doing is you're building a case that supports your claim that your home is worth less than the county says it is. The thing to keep in mind about these assessed or appraised values is that the county's never been in your house. They're using an automated valuation model, or AVM, just an algorithm that gets an idea of what the value of your home probably is based on the data they have. Data they have is things like age of the the house, square footage, size of the garage. You can fill them in as a homeowner, as you can give them the reality of the condition inside your home. And that's the part they need to truly understand the value of your property. So ultimately, the ARB is going to make a decision on the value of your property. The good news is they're not going to raise it based on your protest. So it'll be capped at whatever the current value is. And ideally, you reach a value that's less and satisfactory to you for purposes of future property taxes. Now, if you ultimately are not satisfied with the ARB, there is one last step you can take, and it's not really for most people, but it is available, and that's you can appeal to the district court. The reality is this is not for everybody. You're now going to a court system. However, if you're somebody who has a really expensive property, or maybe we're talking a commercial property, it may be worth going that route. The thing to keep in mind is that this is a formal, well-designed process, and it's designed to protect you as a homeowner or property owner in the state of Texas. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel. My team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice, whether that's protesting your property taxes or helping you find your next home. We'll see you all in the next video.